Hey Counter Slammers, welcome to another model review. Today I wanted to go over a beast that I picked up at GenCon 2014, and that is the Neraph. So this is a beast that has not yet been released. I'm not sure if it's on the release schedule or not. It probably is. My guess is going to be out in probably September, October, November, somewhere on there. You know, I was talking to Jeremy actually about this at GenCon, and he said that they were shocked at how many of these guys were still left on the table or in the booth at GenCon and at the Privateer Press booth. And but I thought I would go over with you in case you haven't seen what his stats are or what he can do. I figure I would give you guys a heads up and let you know I did play a few games with him at GenCon, so I was able to test him out on a few different models, and I think he's pretty cool, and I'll explain why here in a minute. So the beast himself, he is a 7 point cost beast. And FAU, of course, he's not a character or anything like that. Threshold of 9, Fury 4, pretty basic for Legion Beast. And he's speed 6, so he's not quite as fast as, say, the Angelius. He's strength 10, mat 6, rat 5, so pretty average stats there. Defense 14, pretty average for Legion Beast. Flying Beast anyway. And then armor 16. That actually kind of caught me off guard. Our 16 seems to be pretty low. I'd have to check. I can't remember what the Seraph has. Maybe the Seraph is 16 as well. But he's armor 16, command 7. He's, of course, has eyeless sight and flight. He has 2 attacks, neither of which have reach, which again is kind of shocking given how long his tail is. You thought he would have reach, but I guess it's kind of now we know how Scorn feels, right? So but his tail is a power and strength 14 attack, and what's called his hammerhead, of course that big skull in the front of his head there, is POW 16 damage roll, and he's got just as many boxes as the Seraph, so he's got quite a few hit boxes, which is pretty good, being heavy. And he's got his animus is only cost 1, and it's a range of self. It's called Vortex, and it says enemy models currently within 2 inches of this model are immediately pushed 2 inches directly towards it in the order that you choose. So, sort of like a non-damage making hellmouth. It sucks everybody in and around him. And since he doesn't have reach, it's actually is pretty good. I was able to use that in a game where I was able to pull a couple of beasts that were just out of range for my other beasts to attack, and I was able to pull that off and pull them closer. So my beast could come in and finish them off. And so it's a pretty cool animus. You think about application with like Saturn, for example. You fly him in, use that, suck a bunch of infantry models in, or suck a bunch of models in, and then throw the blight field thing where it hits it and just does a ton of damage to everything that's close to this guy. So again, his animus is awesome. It only costs 1. Your caster can use it too, whichever caster you take it with. So maybe you want to do it with Thagrosh or Rias or any other melee centric caster and help kill some models. It'd be kind of cool. Then of course his blood creations is not going to frenzy on your caster. He's got flight, no big shock there with the big wings. Serpentine, just like the Seraph and the Angelius, can't be knocked down. Pretty good, but can't do slam power attacks either though. He is soulless, which again, duh. And he's got his grasping tail. This is where he gets to be pretty cool. If you hit a model with his tail, basically what it is as soon as you hit with the tail, then all of your other attacks automatically hit. So it basically turns all the rest of your attacks into sustained attacks. So you can keep buying attacks with your head. So if you attack with your tail first, then you get a chance to just start. I kind of picture it like he's got him. He's just like headbutting his stuff, and so it's kind of funny. So yeah, the Neraph, that's pretty much all that he does. Again, it's good that he's got a POW 16 attack. I was really happy to see that, mainly because the reason I have a hard time justifying the Seraph at 8 points is because of the damage that it does. Even though it has crit poison on its tail, I just have sometimes, besides for just a movement buff, I feel like an 8 points for a movement buff is a little eh. So I know he's got a ranged attack, but this one does not have a ranged attack. So don't if you decide to pick him up, don't make that mistake thinking he's going to have a ranged attack like the Seraph. He does not, or the Angelius. So he has to get him pretty close to do some stuff. But his animus helps to get that sort of reach aspect. But of course he can pull all the different models in close to him. Again, it's good for as far as like if you pull models in, then if they try to leave, you take a free strike. POW 16 is nothing to laugh at. So Yeah, but this beast, I played him with Absalonia, the new Abby, and had some really good success with it, because with the feat and with Conferred Rage, being able to get the +2 mat and speed, and then being able to get +2 strength and reach. You know, of course he gets reach on the feat turn. It's pretty. It can be pretty devastating. And you know, if there's any other way to give him any other caster can give him a strength buff. It's just it pays off in dividends with the free hits, because if you get him with the tail in the first part, you get a free hit with his head, and then you can buy 4 more head attacks, POW 16 plus, depending on what you have on him. It's pretty disgusting, and I was able to attack a mammoth and do some pretty good damage. I was able to, like I said, you know, hurt a Tiberion and a Bronzeback with his abilities. So it's pretty good, only for 7 points. You know, I kept thinking he was going to be about, you know, 8 or 9 is when I saw him initially. I was like, oh, here comes another 8 or 9, you know, cost beast. But at 7, that actually makes it pretty good. We don't have any other 7 cost beasts, so he's sort of that. He's sort of like our lights, you know, an extra point or 2 higher than our lights. And for that, you get something with, you know, with a POW 16 auto hit attack. You know, of course, if you hit with his tail first. So yeah, it worked out pretty well. I'm kind of shocked that more people didn't pick him up. I think you probably should give it a try, even if you have to proxy it first, just to give it a whirl and you know, see. I know he's not on War Room yet for whatever reason, but you know, hopefully he'll be up there soon. You guys can check him out and, like I said, see what his abilities could do. He looks like a pretty awesome beast. I'm pretty excited to be able to use him. Hopefully I get a chance to use him on the show and give you guys a chance to see what he can do. Maybe I'll take him with an Epic Absalonia list so you guys can kind of see what both the models can do. I don't think you guys will be disappointed at all, especially not for the point cost. So I hope you guys enjoyed the model review, and we'll come back at you here with some more model reviews for the next upcoming weeks, models that we got at GenCon, and give you guys a heads up on what's coming out pretty soon. So with that, we'll see you guys in the next episode of Counterslay.